Welcome to this special series here in Berlin where we're attending the Huawei Eco-Connect, a super interesting conference. We're trying today in a couple of videos to explore the future together with a couple of the leading companies around the world. Today I have Jiawei, is that correct?
Yeah.
Very good. The Chief Strategy and Marketing Officer at Huawei Technologies for Western Europe. It's a big pleasure to have you. Thank you very much for taking the time today to speak to me about the future, which we try to explore. But before we start, for me, it's very important that my audience knows who is actually sitting here and gets a little bit of an understanding. So maybe give us, a 1-minute introduction about you, yourself, and your career up to now.
Okay. Thank you, Static. Let me do a very shortly introduction for myself. And hello, my name is Jiawei Sun. I'm working for Huawei as the position of the Chief Strategy and Marketing Officer in charge of the Huawei Western Europe region. And actually, I was new for this position. Before that, I was working for Huawei for 6 years in the headquarters in Shenzhen and take charge of the cloud business and the IT product line products, the marketing and the strategy. Even before I joined Huawei, I working for a big IT company, American company in China for 10 years, in the cloud industry and in the CDN industry. So I have been positioned as engineering when I graduate, and then goes to the pre-sales, salesman, and the marketing guys, and the strategy guys, and now is in this position for Huawei.
Right. Yeah. So today, it's the second time that we have the Huawei Eco-Connect Conference here in Berlin. Maybe you can elaborate what's exactly the goal of it and how come you are doing this.
If you look, the name for this event is the Eco-Connect.
Right.
So last year when we hosted the first Eco-Connect in Paris, our team is thinking that, okay, we want to make an event not only for the sale, not only for the TV shopping. We want to make a platform to give the opportunity to give to the partners, give to the customer, give to the media, to all the friends in the ICT industry, can sharing their minds, and can sharing their thoughts for today's and for the futures of this whole industry. So we start to do that as the Eco-Connect. And this year in Berlin, fortunately we have more than 2,000 people to attend in Berlin in the next 2 days. There will be 128 speeches. This speech was made by our partners and by our customers. They will sharing their thoughts for the digital transformation, for today's challenge and how to face it for the futures. Including the cloud, IoT, 5G, AI, hot topic. So that's the goal for Huawei. We host these events. We want these events could be not only as a Huawei sales products, but these events could be flagship events for the Europe. So all the Europe IT company, city company can come into sharing. That's the goal for Eco-Connect.
And how is it going so far?
Yeah, I think for today's is the second Eco-Connect. I think it's good. You can see that there's a lot of people, a lot of the friends to come into sharing, and also they have a lot of media. I think we have more than 100 media coming to here to report these events and to help to broadcasting these ideas, some interesting ideas from Berlin to the global.
I'm happy to be one of them.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
so, like you just mentioned, you have over 100 or hundreds of partners that came to discuss ICT topics. What is, let's say, the Huawei role in this whole ecosystem, and how are they enabling the different verticals when looking around in the industry?
You can see that Huawei we are the leading ICT company. But when we're talking about ICT, it's a very huge range on the portfolios of the different products. So Huawei, we are very focused on the ICT infrastructure, which causes that it's in this ecosystem, we are just a very fundamental products, like the connecting, like the network, like the cloud is fundamental for the ecosystem. So we will stay here, and Huawei already in many events and in many media, we announced that we're not developing the applications. And because this work is our partners' work, like the software company like the SAP, Microsoft, and some small ISV in the different vertical industry. They are very good at do that. But we are good at is to produce the fundamental things, the infrastructure things. So we will stay here to work with all the partners to combine the software, hardware, and to build up the solutions for different vertical.
So the next question is more about, let's say, apparently what I saw in the media over the couple of last week, you mentioned digital mindsets, digital talents. Is there any specific actions that you're going to take? And which are they?
Actually, when we do business now in Europe, Europe now is more very hot topic is the digital transformation. But when we do the business, when we talking the digital transformation, we realize that between the goal and the reality, the gap is not only the technology, but also the gap is about the people, about the talent, about the skills. So that's why Huawei announced that we want to do something here to do what Huawei can to afford in here. So we have a program called the Seeds for the Future.
Yes.
So we will try to cooperate with the university, to cooperate with the government to provide some training, education for the talent. This program already is working for 2 years, and we want to extend this program. We want to, if in the next 5 years, we want to reach the 5 million people in Europe to got the skills and got the knowledge about the digital transformation, to fix the gap.
Right. I mean, like I just heard that tomorrow there are, I think, 500 students here. So it's really nice how, Huawei actually includes this corporate social responsibility and educates the future, not just making sure like making money, which is also important, but also worrying about the future, which is really why I feel like this is really something important. Let's move a little bit more into your, let's say, marketing expertise. Where do you see the brand of Huawei Technologies going, let's say, in Europe? Let's say time frame 5 and even 10 years from now.
Okay, 5-10 years is a very, very long term.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think because we are in a very growing faster market and growing faster at the age. Everything changes faster, 5 to 10 years. But I can try to imagine about that or set out the goal for that. For this year, in the brand, we are ranked 70th for the global branding, the valuable branding, and we are the 70th. Actually, in the past 5 years, we're coming from the 100 out, and now it's the 70, a big growing. But for me, to be honest, we hope Huawei, this brand, could be more recognized as more closely as your local brand. Because now many people know Huawei. We are a Chinese company. We are an international company. But for the future, we want this brand could be your friend company. Like the McDonald's, like the Starbucks. You can look. This is a Europe company, or if we go to the Japan, it's a Japan company. You can recognize this brand as a very close brand to our end user. That's our goal.
Right. I mean, like you see a lot of let's say digital transformation also outside of Huawei. What do you see? Just like to wrap up the series, kind of like the biggest challenges in big corporates with the digital transformation right now.
We have the willingness to do that, but I think 2 things. First is the technologies. These years, there's too much hot technologies, like the IoT, like the cloud. Now it's AI. Coming soon before it's VR, AR. There's too much knowledge give people to imagination can do whatever they do. But if you got too much choice, it's quite difficult for what the first step. So I think the first challenge is we need to define the step by step, the blueprint for what is the first step. That is the technology.
But do you think we're getting close to the digital spillover?
I think we are getting close.
Really? That's interesting.
I think we are getting close.
What's going to happen after? Not yet able to predict that.
Cannot. I think it's the fact always beyond which we imaginations.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, I mean, like I'm super excited about the future. Number one, I think we got some great insights, but I think also Huawei is positioning itself in a very interesting way. Also as one of the first biggest Chinese companies coming to Europe. Thank you very much for taking the time and giving us some insights about your life and your business expertise, which I really appreciated. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody out there who tuned in today for this special episode directly from Berlin. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.